streaming. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Rumble. Good afternoon, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is about important and interesting events that occurred on this date in for calendar year and all that jazz. Anyway, today is January 3rd, 2026. It is Saturn's Day, aka Saturday. I am Xander.
Golden Loon.
And you. Thank you very much for coming in and watching. Let's get started today, shall we? Actually, this is not the setup I wanted. So, give me one moment. Whoa, how long is this thing? One moment. I am grossly unprepared for this, but I will be prepared. In the year 69, the Roman legions on the Rhine refused to declare their allegiance to Galba, instead proclaiming their legate, Aulus Vitellius, as emperor. And I think we covered that yesterday. There is a little bit of discrepancy going on this date in history between several different things. But anyway, moving on up to 250, Emperor Divis ordered everyone in the Roman Empire except Jews to make sacrifices to the Roman gods. And this was removed from the primary source.
Except for Jews. Why?
Yeah. Well, I mean, for being such an oppressed people, they seem to be getting handouts all the time. Well. So, I'm just saying. Moving up to 1496, Leonardo da Vinci unsuccessfully tested a flying machine.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. 1496?
Yeah.
Good grief.
1521, Martin Luther was excommunicated by Pope Leo X from the Roman Catholic Church for refusing to recant parts of his 95 Thesis, which started the Protestant Reformation. All right.
Excommunicated? That's pretty severe stuff.
Well, yeah, that's how Protestantism... You didn't know that he got excommunicated?
No, I didn't.
I thought that was general knowledge.
Probably is, just not to me.
Yeah. But yeah, from the other sources, it says Pope Leo X excommunicated Martin Luther from the Roman Catholic Church and the Papal Bull Decet Romanum Pontificum for failing to recant parts, yada, yada, yada. 1638, Schoenberg Theater, the first in Amsterdam, opened. All right. So the first theater in Amsterdam. 1749, Benning Wentworth issued the first of the New Hampshire grants leading to the establishment of Vermont.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't think this is when Vermont became a thing, but it just led to that becoming a thing. Right. 1749, the first issue of Berlingske, Denmark's oldest continually operating newspaper, was published. And this too was removed from the primary source for some reason. Actually, nope. Yeah, it was. 1780, Danish national anthem, Kong Christian Stod vid Hjogen Mast, first sung. I know I butchered the hell out of that, but I don't speak Dutch, I'm sorry.
I hope he sang better than you spoke.
I don't even know how to take that. I know it's an insult, I'm trying to figure out how insulting. 1823, Stephen F. Austin received a grant of land in Tejas from the government of Mexico.
Tejas?
Texas.
Oh.
Because they don't pronounce X like X. They Mexico.
Yeah.
So, 1825, Scottish fraternity, or Scottish factory owner Robert Owen bought 30,000 acres in Indiana as site for New Harmony Utopian Community. Huh.
Jeez.
That's interesting. 1831, the first U.S. Building and Loan Association was organized in Frankfort, Pennsylvania. Great, that's what we need. 1834, the government of Mexico imprisoned Stephen F. Austin in Mexico City. Whoops, something happened. So they went from granting him land to throwing him in jail. It's odd. 1840, the first deep-sea sounding by James Clark Ross in the South Atlantic at 2,425 fathoms, or 14,450 feet. And that's when they're like sonar, I guess, or something like... what else do we got here? 1848, Joseph Jenkins Roberts was sworn in as the first president of the independent African Republic of Liberia.
Ah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
1852, first Chinese immigrants arrived in Hawaii. All right. 1853, Solomon Northrop, author of the memoir 12 Years a Slave, was freed after 7 illegal years in slavery with aid of Washington Hunt, governor of New York. Wow. I mean... better late than never, but, still, 7 illegal years in slavery? Well, yeah, this was before the Civil War. So, I'm wondering how he would have gotten illegally enslaved, up in the north or something. I like to know, well, I mean, I can read the book, You know?
Oh, true.
Yeah. 1861, the U.S. state of Delaware legislature rejected proposal to join Confederacy. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delaware's
voted.
on the bubble there.
Yeah, Delaware voted not to secede from the U.S. 1868, Meiji Restoration returned authority to Japanese emperors, or Japan's emperors. The Tokugawa shogunate was abolished. Agents of Satsuma and Chozo seized power. Part of the Meiji Restoration. 1870, construction began on New York's Brooklyn Bridge, later to be completed on May 24th of 1883. 13 years.
13 years, wow.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah.
Yep. 1871, oleomargarine was patented by Henry Bradley, Birmingham, New York.
I remember
Or
oleo.
Binghamton. What?
Wow, I remember oleomargarine.
Ah. All right. Yeah, so this is when he patented it, at least.
Yeah.
Nice.
But there was a brand, oleomargarine.
Oh, yeah, no, like, I looked it up. I was just like, what the hell is this word? And I looked it up, and I saw a stick of butter. I'm like, oh, it's margarine. Okay.
Well, see, margarine was, everything was butter. Everything was butter.
Yeah.
And then margarine was a distinct difference. I don't know how much, I don't remember. I was too much of a kid. But, I mean, it was noted. It's not butter, it's margarine,
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't nearly, now, I don't even know if we have butter anymore unless you, I don't know.
And, of course, we have I Can't Believe It's Not Butter. I gotta play
but
this.
Oleomargarine, holy cow.
It's garbage.
In my lifetime.
You have to do, Brian, but never let...
Not gonna play this entire clip. I'm just gonna play this part here.
But what? I can't believe.
I don't know, Doctor. Looking back, I think it may have been real butter.
Your husband murdered 3 children.
He ate I Can't Believe It's Not Butter, and he ended up murdering 3 children. That's. I mean, I guess he couldn't believe it wasn't butter.
I guess not.
And speaking of things that taste like butter, in bad ways, 1888, the first wax drinking straw was patented by Marvin C. Stone in Washington, D.C. How would you like to have drinking out of a wax drinking straw? I mean, I thought paper was bad, but wax?
Paper was horrible.
Yeah, well,
horrible.
I've had paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
Well, I mean, like, the instant it touches liquid, it immediately pulps up, and then it tastes like chemicals, and you're drinking, like, chunky whatever you're drinking.
What's a wax straw?
Made of wax.
Well, is it? Or is it paper that's waxed?
Oh, maybe. Maybe it's paper that's waxed.
Yeah, that's
Whatever
what I
the
would take it
case.
to be. You're not going to have a wax straw.
Yeah.
Fully, I don't think. Anyways, okay.
Whatever the case, somebody came up with an ingenious thing to solve the straw problem forever. Just
Which was?
drink it.
Oh, yeah, forget the straw.
1889, German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche suffered a mental breakdown after supposedly witnessing a horse flogging. Well, I mean, we saw Peter lose his mind over butter, so, I mean, can you imagine, like, because, like thinking about a horse getting flogged, that's awful, but with the world the way it is today, nobody would really even, like, bat an eye, whereas a few hundred years ago, something like that was, like, the worst thing that you can see. How bad have we gotten as a species where such horrendous acts that used to send people into, serious issues are just commonplace and nonchalant today?
Well,
Horses
meant a great deal different in 1890 than they do today.
Well, they're still a living creature.
Yeah, of course. But, I mean, horses were really depended on. That was before the car or combustible engine was around. I mean, it might have been invented. I don't know.
I mean, you make a point. I do personally know of some people who would probably end up in a loony bin if anything happened to their car. So, that's... You do make a point with that. Moving on up into 1890, the first U.S. college-level diary school opened at the University of Wisconsin.
Diary school? What the heck is a diary school?
Oh, wait, dairy school.
Oh! At least it makes sense.
Well, like, I first read it as diary school as well when I was researching writing, and I'm like, okay, whatever the hell a diary school is. Dairy school, that makes a lot more sense.
A lot more.
Yeah.
I'm on board now.
Yeah. 1899, first use of the...
You milked that one.
I was thinking that same joke.
And you said it's too bad to repeat. The thing.
No, it's not that it was too bad. It's just I have things to do, and you're like, no, like, hold my beer. I will be the Aoxander. Let me roll up my sleeves here. 1899, the first known use of the word automobile appeared in an editorial in the New York Times.
Oh.
Yeah. 1911, the city of Almaty in Russian Turkestan was destroyed by a magnitude 7.7 earthquake. Whoa. That's big.
That's huge.
There was a 6-point-something earthquake recently in, like, Georgia or something, somewhere in
Really?
Europe. Yes, I was talking to somebody the other day on Discord, and they were talking about, like, oh, blah, blah, did you hear about the earthquake? And it was like a 6-point-something or
Yeah, that's big,
recent.
big.
Yeah, that's nothing to sneeze at.
I'm
Ni-
surprised I didn't hear about it.
Yeah. 1911, the government of India announced that immigration to Natal, now emigration, not immigration, Southern Africa is prohibited with effect from the July 1st. So, which means emigration, which means going out.
Yeah.
So they're refusing to let them go out.
Yeah.
So that sounds like a hostage situation right there. 1911 as well, the siege of Sydney Street saw a firefight break out in London's East End between Latvian gang and police who requested army backup. First siege caught on camera by Pathé News with Winston Churchill observing. So Winston Churchill was involved in this. But yeah, from the other source, a gun battle in the east end of London left 2 dead. It sparked a political row over the involvement of then Home Secretary Winston Churchill. So he got into some political issues
I guess
just
so.
being there. So we also had the U.S. Postal Savings Bank was inaugurated. And 1 year later, Southern Pacific Railroad offered to bring the Liberty Bell to the Panama Pacific Exposition in San Francisco for free. That's pretty cool. I wonder if they took them up on that. 1913, an Atlantic coast storm set the lowest confirmed barometric pressure reading for a non-tropical system in the continental United States at 955.0 MB or 28.20 NHG. Removed from primary source, and whatever those numbers mean, if you follow barometrics, then I'm sure you know what we're saying. Creative Danger, that family clip is good. Family clip. I don't remember what. Oh, the Family Guy clip. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get back into practice into reading comments
Oh,
and
yeah.
such.
Yeah, you do.
Yep. 1918, U.S. Employment Service opened a unit of the Department of Labor. Okay. We also have Herbert Hoover. 1 year later, was placed in charge of war relief in Europe after World War I and all that jazz. While that was going on, the Faisal-Weizmann Agreement, which was a short-lived agreement for the development of a Jewish homeland in Palestine, was signed by the King of Iraq and the President of the World Zionist Organization. Look up the Balfour Declaration. They've been pushing for a Jewish homeland in Palestine since 1919, 1920, right here, 1919. So, and the Zionists are, behind, a lot of stuff involving the United Nations. The Zionists are behind the Red Shield, the Rothschilds. There's Zionists. There's a lot of stuff out there that people don't really realize, and the world is being moved in ways that are right under your nose. So, 1920, Boston Red Sox baseball club owner Harry Farazi announced agreement to sell slugger Babe Ruth to the New York Yankees for $125,000 in cash and a $350,000 loan. The start of the 84-year Curse of the Bambino. Yeah. Do you want to fill us in on a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, they sold them, and the Curse of the Bambino, they were so mad, the Red Sox were cursed, and they would never win a pennant again until he was dead or something.
Baseball people are so superstitious, but at the same time, sometimes things happen that kind of give credence to.
I'm not giving you the whole except, but that's the general gist.
Yeah, that's all they needed. 1920, over 640 people perished after magnitude 6.4 earthquake struck the Mexican states Puebla and Veracruz. Yikes. That's a lot of people. 21, Svoboda, Ukrainian language newspaper based in Jersey City, New Jersey, expanded the daily publication, reverting back to weekly later in 1998. So that's a pretty good stint to operate on a daily basis. 1920, we don't worry about that one. 1922, first living person was depicted on a U.S. coin when Governor Thomas Kilby appeared on the Alabama Centennial half dollar.
Alabama had its own dollar?
Apparently,
Half dollar?
Half dollar, yeah. Apparently.
How's that possible? They can't make their own money.
I mean, like, it's probably not like an economically viable coin. It's probably like, because you know how there's so many stupid, ridiculous coins out there. It's probably something like that. I don't know. 1925, Benito Mussolini dissolved the Italian parliament and proclaimed himself dictator of Italy, taking the title Il Duce, meaning the leader. And
didn't end well for him, though.
No, but he did he did inspire a really horrible
Yeah.
person. So, 1929, Australian cricket icon Don Bradman follows up a first innings by 17 by scoring 112 in the third test against England in Melbourne, his first of 29 test centuries. I had to put a cricket in there. I mean, we're going to have a couple more. Like,
No!
no! Actually, like that, was
Should
that
not be
his
allowed
first?
to have any. But if you do,
yeah.
no more than one for sure, just to dig at me. But no, we shouldn't have any.
Well, I have to torture you somehow. 1931, Montreal Maroons center Nels Stewart scored the fastest 2 goals in NHL history with a pair of 4 seconds apart in a 5-3 win over Boston Bruins at Montreal Arena. That's pretty good.
What was the name of them again?
The Boston Bruins.
No. The
Montreal Maroons?
yeah, they no longer exist. There's
Huh.
the Montreal Canucks, I think, or something like that. It's not the Maroons.
Oh, so they were rescued? 1932, martial law was declared in Honduras to stop a revolt by banana workers fired by the United Fruit Company. People look into the banana wars. There is actually, I don't remember if it's Dole or Takeda Banana, but there's some companies still in existence today that all they did was rebrand their name after they killed indentured servants, slaves, who were harvesting their bananas and they were making profit off of slavery. That business still operates today, you know? Like, and companies do that all the time, like how Google made a corporation to own them, and now it's known as Alphabet Corporation, and they changed their company logo from "Don't be evil" to "Do the right thing." Do the right thing by who? Facebook did that recently with by making Meta. It's not just their VR thing. They actually made another company to own the company of Facebook to alleviate Facebook of any wrongdoing and give it, they made a fall guy essentially, like corporate evil. 1933 as well, Minnie D. Craig became the first woman elected as Speaker of the North Dakota House of Representatives, the first woman to hold a speaker position anywhere in the U.S. That's cool.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. 5 years later, the March of Dimes was established to fight polio.
Yeah.
You went through, well, you didn't go through polio,
No.
but you witnessed the horrendous...
The polio scare.
Yeah, that's horrifying.
It was. Scared the hell out of me.
Just kill me.
As a kid.
If I ever end up
The
in an
iron
iron
lung.
lung, just kill me.
Yeah.
1939, Jean Cox became the first girl page in the U.S. House of Representatives. All right. 1941, Canada and the U.S. acquired air bases in Newfoundland on a 99-year lease. All right. 1943, the first missing persons telecast. It was in New York City. So, missing persons,
Yeah.
43, Max and Doug Bentley assist on Brother Reg's only NHL goal in Chicago Blackhawks 3-3 tie with the Rangers in New York City. The only time in NHL history trio of family members score and assist on a scoring play. That's pretty cool.
That is.
Yeah. Actually, I think we're going to be talking about another family thing later on involving politics. It's really cool as well. 1944, during World War II, the top flying ace for the U.S., Major Pappy Boynton, was shot down in his Vought F-4U Crossair by Japanese Captain Masahiro Kawato, flying a Mitsubishi A6M0, and he survives as a prisoner of war. Grandpa Bill survived, was shot down and survived prisoner of war. 1945, Admiral Chester Nimitz began planning assaults on Okinawa and Iwo Jima in Japan. That's pretty interesting.
Yep.
We're going to be talking about him here in literally like 30 seconds. 1945, though, Cattell Meridian School in New York installed germicidal lamps in every room. So I guess lamps that naturally kill germs or something.
I guess.
Germicidal?
I don't know. Yeah.
So, you know what? Let's. We have the technology. Let me check this up here really quick. Ecosia. Let's check it out. Germicidal lamps. What is germicidal lamps? Okay, it's not telling me. It's just okay. Here we go. It is an electric light that produces ultraviolet C or UVC light. This short-wave ultraviolet light disrupts DNA-based pairing, causing formation of pyrimidine dimers and leads to the inactivation of bacteria, viruses, and protozoans. Okay. I don't like how it says disrupts DNA-based pairing. I don't want a DNA weapon glowing at me. That sounds horrifying. No, thank you. I'm good. What else do we got here? 1945, U.S. aircraft carriers attacked Okinawa. So on the same day as he began planning, they started attacking. It's like...
Yeah.
No quarter. 1946, as a reward for his wartime cooperation, Governor Thomas E. Dewey commuted Charles Lucky Luciano's pandering sentence on condition that he does not resist deportation to Italy. So basically,
Luciano, he was a gangster.
yeah. Okay. So he got sent home.
I guess so.
Okay. 1947, the first opening session of Congress was televised, but it did not happen again until 1977.
No ratings.
30 years.
Yeah.
Huh. 1949, the Central Bank of the Philippines, the Bangko Central Negro Philippines, was founded/established. 49 as well, U.S. Representative William Dawson became the first black U.S. citizen to head a congressional committee, the Committee on Expenditures in the Executive Departments, now known as the Committee on Oversight and Reform. Awesome.
Good, yeah.
Yeah. 1949, West Indian cricket batsman Everton Weekend scored 101 in third
This
test
is just
against
not
India
allowed.
in Calcutta, his world record 5th consecutive test century. That's it. Well, it's a world record. Come on, we gotta give credit where credit is due.
Cricket.
Why are you so hateful? 1991, 9 Jewish Kremlin physicians were exposed as British/U.S. agents. Why is it, in quotations right here, on the website?
I don't know.
Like, is that like a show, an expo? Like, were they not actually exposed, or were they already known and were they then disclosed? Or I'd like to know. So let us know in the comments section. Do we have any comments? Nope, none over there. What else do we got here? 1953, Frances P. Bolden and her son Oliver became the first mother and son to serve simultaneously in the U.S. Congress, both representing Ohio. Now that is wicked.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, being in politics with a parent and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Like, 1956, a fire damaged the top part of the Eiffel Tower. Not good. 57, the first electric watch, the Hamilton Electric 500, introduced by the Hamilton Watch Company in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. All right. Or Lancaster. 58, Edmund Hillary led a Commonwealth team to the South Pole using modified Ferguson tractors, becoming the first to reach the pole by land since 1912. All right. 1959, Alaska was admitted as the 49th U.S. state.
Yeah.
49th. There we go. That's how I want to do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, is Russia still trying to say, are they still pursuing, that whole claim that that purchase was invalid or something?
They want their land back.
Yeah.
No.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got it.
Yeah. 1961, an explosion at the nuclear reactor testing station in Idaho Falls killed 3 operators. Whoa. That's not good. The SL-1 nuclear reactor testing station in Idaho Falls was destroyed by a steam explosion in the only reactor incident in the United States to cause immediate fatalities. 3 operators. We also have U.S. broke diplomatic relations with Cuba due to, after a series of economic retaliations against one another, the U.S. Severed diplomatic relations with Cuba. That would cause it.
That's when
Fidel Castro.
Fidel Castro sucker punched us.
Yeah.
We helped him, and then he turned into a commie, as they say.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we helped him overthrow Batista.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of interesting because that's happened again with Al Qaeda and Bin Laden. How Bin Laden was a CIA asset. We basically created Al Qaeda to fight a proxy war against the Soviet Union in Afghanistan, and then we made our own enemy. Anyway, what else do we got here? 1961, a protest by agricultural workers in Baixa de Cassange, Portuguese Angola, turned into a revolt, opening the Angolan War of Independence, the first of the Portuguese colonial wars, removed from primary source. Why is there so many things removed today? Weird. 1962, ground was broken for the Houston Astrodome, a multi-purpose dome stadium in Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
We also have Pope John the 23rd excommunicated Cuban communist revolutionary Fidel Castro. Yep. 1964, Jack Parr showed a clip of the Beatles singing She Loves You and says he understands that science was working on a cure for the Beatlemania phenomenon. Science is working on a cure. Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
luck.
just like how it was trying to figure out something about, what was it, the Beaver Mania, what was it called? The Beaver Fever, that's right. The Beaver Fever. 1967, Carl Wilson of the Beach Boys was indicted for draft evasion. Whoops. 1969, Adam Clayton Powell Jr. returned to seat in U.S. House of Representatives, having been reelected after previously being expelled from Congress. Okay. 1970, Marxist government took over in Congo. That's not good. 71, the first AFC Championship Memorial Stadium, Baltimore. Baltimore Colts defeated Oakland Raiders 27-17.
Yeah.
All right, and this was also removed from the primary source. I'm trying
This
to.
was just the AFC was brought into the NFC. They were two totally separate deals,
Oh yeah.
and so they became part. Now they still have the AFC and the NFC.
And that's football club for soccer, correct?
No,
AFC.
no. One's the American Football League, one's the
Okay.
National Football League, but they're two different divisions now. rather
U.S.
than-
football. Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Also known as hand egg. Oh. But you know why it's called a football?
the foot long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1976, the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, adopted by the United Nations General Assembly, came into force, removed from original source. That's weird. Another one of these. 77, the Police tapes premiered on New York City TV station WNET, based somewhat on 1960s New York Police Department officers who worked in its South Bronx. I wonder if this is the inspiration for Cops. The police tapes,
I don't know.
You remember Cops?
Yeah.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? 1977, Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs incorporated Apple Computer Inc. Now, there's this whole thing going on about, you look at Steve Wozniak, aka the Woz, Steve Jobs, building Apple out of a garage, how Bill Gates did the same thing out of a garage, how Google did it out of a garage, and Amazon, and all these people, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, freaking, what's his face, from Tom from MySpace, like all these people, all these prodigies, they got free government technology in order to do it. They weren't prodigies, they weren't special, they were plants by the government to normalize. Like it's a whole conspiracy thing. If you want to dip your toe into it, don't use me as a source of information. If anything, use me as a source to springboard your own self-education in these thought processes. But these people did not do all this stuff alone.
Of course not. But they're all entrepreneurs. They're driver of whatever they're doing. They're driving it.
However, it was all done involving the internet, and the internet was not all free and stuff like it is today. Back then, you had to get special government permissions and pay things. They were given it for free. They were plants by the system in order to make it look like Joe Schmoes could do this to alleviate any, what's the word? Suspicions and whatnot. Anyway, as I said, it's a conspiracy. Look into it. It's very fishy. Moving on up into 1978, Indian cricket spin bowler B.S. Chandrasekhar becomes first in Test history to register in Test history to register identical figures in both innings. 6 for 52 in Indian innings win over Australia in third Test in Melbourne. I don't know what it means, but it's a world's first. I gotta give credit where credit is due.
Why do we have so many crickets in here?
I don't know.
We have no baseball. We have 3 crickets.
There's baseball. Well, here's a golf one. 1981, U.S. golfer Johnny Miller won the sport's first $1 million tournament when he defeated Steve Ballesteros of Spain in a playoff in the inaugural $1 Million World Challenge at Sun City in South Africa. In 1983, Dallas running back Tony Dorsett set NFL record with 99-yard rush in the Cowboys' 31-27 defeat of Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, Tony Dorsett, great running back.
1985, Israel's government confirms a resettlement of 10,000 Ethiopian Jews. That sounds like an invasion. 1985, Mitch McConnell became senator of Kentucky, and isn't he still it?
He's retiring at the end of it. I think he's
So
out.
he still is it?
Yeah, he's still there,
Oh my God!
and he's finally retiring.
About time.
He's not running again.
Good. Well, you know what? I have an idea. If you physically can't run, you can't run for anything. How about that? Freaking glitch McConnell. 1987, Aretha Franklin became the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. All
cool.
right. Yep, there she is.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T or whatever it is.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Respect.
I don't know the name or where's this song? I know the beat. 1988, Israel ordered 9 Palestinian instigators deported from West Beirut. And it's even quoted here. So, were these really instigators, or is this just more of the colonization efforts? To even question it is apparently anti-Semitic. 1989, Russian newspaper Izvestia got its first commercial advertisement. All right, which is really big because it's still the Soviet Union. That's advertising is a capitalistic thing.
Yeah.
They're communists. So, 1990, Panama's leader, General Manuel Noriega, surrendered to U.S. authorities. U.S. invasion of Panama, Manuel Noriega, former leader of Panama, surrendered to U.S. forces. And yeah, like we will be talking about, pretty interesting that happened on the anniversary of, or the whole thing with Venezuela is happening on the anniversary of that.
Yeah.
So
I think Ronald Reagan was president then, I think. What year was that?
1990. It was either Reagan or H.W.
I think it was Reagan.
Well, let's see here. President of U.S. January 1990 was George H.W. Bush.
Oh, you're
There
right.
you
Good
go.
pull.
Well, I said it was one of them.
Yeah.
So, 1991, 8 Iraqi embassy officials were expelled from the UK. Why? Why were they expelled? What happened?
I don't know.
Was this, wait, 91, is that part of Desert Storm and all that jazz? That's around the right time.
You got me. I don't know.
Okay. 1991 as well, Israel reopened a consulate in USSR after 23 years.
Guitar.
Interesting.
Okay.
No, USSR.
Oh, USSR.
They reopened the
Yeah,
consulate.
you know, that should be major. That's an Egyptian.
No, not Qatar.
Yeah, that's
No.
a.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, another country. 1991, Wayne Gretzky became the fastest and youngest player in NHL history to score 700 goals in 886 games at the age of 29 years and 342 days. An LA Kings 6-3 win over the New York Islanders at the Nassau Veteran Memorial Coliseum. All right. They should rename him to Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, yeah.
1992, 32 Cubans defected to the U.S. via helicopter. That's wild to think, you know, like they came here on the helicopter. How did they get a helicopter?
I don't know.
Like,
Stole it from the army, maybe?
that's dangerous. 1992 as well, Australian cricket batsman David Boone scored an unbeaten 129 and drawn third test against India and Sydney. His 11th test century. I seriously don't know why that was in there. 1993, the comeback. Quarterback Frank Reich led Buffalo Bills back from a 32-point deficit to defeat the Houston Oilers 41-38 in overtime in a wild card playoff game. The greatest comeback ever in NFL history.
I don't recall him. Frank Wright.
Frank Reich.
Reich.
Frank German Empire? So,
I don't know.
1993, in Moscow, the START II arms reduction treaty was signed by George H.W. Bush and Boris Yeltsin.
Isn't that the SALT? START to.
The Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty, START.
Oh, okay, so it is.
Strategic Arms Limitation Treaty, SALT.
Yeah.
There's reduction and limitation,
Okay.
which aren't those two the same thing? Reduction and limitation?
No.
Well, no.
One
no.
you can't go higher, the other you gotta.
Yeah, you're
get
right.
to lower.
You're right.
They're opposite.
We also have Michael Milkman, the junk bond king, was released from jail after 22 months.
Oh,
Who the
I
hell
remember-
is that? What is
I
it?
remember him.
Can you explain? Like,
No, I can't. I just remember the name.
okay, well, what the
He's
junk?
cheating a lot of people out of a lot of money.
Oh wow, he looks like a sleaze. Look at him. So,
I can't remember what it is though, so I can't help you.
well, a guilty plea on felony charges for violating U.S. securities laws. Well, okay. 1994, hundreds were killed in Venezuela in a prison revolt. Yikes. One of Venezuela's,
Yeah.
prison riot situations. We also have a 35-foot tall Chief Wahoo, a trademark of Indians on top of stadium since 1962, was taken down to be moved to Jacobs Field. All right.
Okay.
More than 7 million black South Africans had their citizenship restored, announced on December 15th, 1993 by Parliament. President F.W.D. de Klerk, effective 4 months before first non-racial polls, April 27th, 1994. Death to apartheid! We're all humans on this world, damn it. So, Good. They finally got their rights back.
Yeah.
In their own country.
Yeah.
You know, what a thought. 1994 as well, Steve Young of the San Francisco 49ers became the first quarterback to win 3 straight NFL passing titles, despite a 37-34 overtime loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. First to launch 3 consecutive passer ratings of 100+. All right.
Yeah, they had a bunch of consecutive really great quarterbacks. He was the second of, I think, 3 of them.
All right. 1996, the first successful clamshell flip mobile phone, the Motorola StarTAC, went on sale. Eventually, 60 million units were sold. Good old flip phones, you know?
Yeah.
So, we still have our old ones, like our very first
We
ones.
do?
They're not op, but
Yeah, I know.
You know,
You still have those around?
I had mine
Oh.
in the case. 1997, the People's Republic of China announced it will spend 27.7 billion US dollars to fight erosion and pollution in the Yangtze and Yellow River valleys. Did they, though? Like, they said they would, but did they? That's the question. 1999, Israel detained and later expelled 14 members of concerned Christians. Why? Why are they going after the Christians?
I don't know.
No. In 1999, NASA's Mars Polar Lander was launched. The mission later failed after communication was lost trying to land on Mars on December 3rd, 1999, so almost a year later. Takes a while to get to Mars. 2002, the Palestinian freighter carrying A was seized by Israeli forces in the Red Sea because they apparently found 50 tons of weapons in it.
Jeez.
So, or so they say. I mean, you know, both of those sides are at each other's throats.
Yeah.
So, in 2009, Israeli ground forces invaded Gaza. They need more land. 2009 as well, the Bitcoin network was created as the first block of the digital currency was mined by a person or group of people using the name Satoshi Nakamoto. So that's apparently the first guy involved with Bitcoin, the first Bitcoin guy, and something like that. Or it could be multiple people or something. The man's a mystery. 2016, Jimmy Butler broke Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls record for points in an NBA half, scoring 40 of his 42 points in the second half to lead the Bulls in a 115-113 victory over the Toronto Raptors. All right.
I'm surprised Wilt Chamberlain didn't do more than that somewhere along in his career. I mean, in one year he averaged 50 points a game. You think he would have scored over 40 and a half somewhere along the line?
Maybe.
He scored 100 points in one game.
Yeah. I don't have a
I
clue.
don't know.
2016, in response to the execution of Nimir al-Nimir, Iran ended its diplomatic relations with Saudi Arabia.
And think about it, if you scored 100 points, you had to score at least 50 and over 50 and a half.
Yeah.
Well, this was a quarter, 42 points in a quarter, right? No, couldn't have been. What did that say? It had to be a half. Roll it back up.
Let's see here. Record for points in an NBA half. Scoring 40 of his 42 points in the second half to lead the Bulls. Yada, yada.
Something's wrong there. Wilt Chamberlain had to score way more than that. If you average 100, you have to do that every night. Score over 42 and a half.
Well, if anybody can follow the iceberg of that discrepancy, please tell us your findings in the description or the comment section. Moving on up here to 2018, the first bionic hand with a sense of touch for use outside the lab was unveiled in Rome. Wow. Bionic hand.
Yeah.
With touch.
Yeah.
You know? 2018 as well, previously unknown ancient Bering group was unearthed in Alaska, among the earliest known Native American groups, dating to about 11,500 years ago.
Ooh.
That's old.
Yeah.
We also have security expert revealed 2 security flaws, Meltdown and Spectre, which affect most microprocessors. That's terrifying.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. We also have, for the first time in history, all 5 major storm surge gates in the Netherlands were closed simultaneously in the wake of a storm. This was removed from primary source for some reason. So,
I don't even know what that means. Surge gates for tides?
well, yeah, because the majority of Netherlands is actually below sea level, so
That's
they
true.
have a huge network nationwide
Okay.
of pumps and everything, and they have these huge gates and everything when there's a storm surge, so that way the entire country doesn't go
You
underwater.
don't flood the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, 2018 as well, lawyers of U.S. President Donald Trump tried to stop the publication of book on Trump's administration, Fire and Fury, by Michael Wolff, and this also was removed from primary source. That's like the 7th article removed from our primary source. Our liberal leftist leaning sources, like, just, it ain't looking too reliable now, ain't it? 2019, archaeologists in Mexico announced discovery of pre-Aztec temple to god Zipi Totec in a Puebla state, dated between 900 to 1150 AD. Okay. In 2019, Chinese Zhanghe 4 spacecraft became the first ever to touch down on the far side of the moon when it made a soft landing. The first soft landing on the far side of the moon, mind you. So, 2020, a U.S. drone strike killed top Iranian security and intelligence commander Major General Qasim Soleimani outside Baghdad airport in Iraq. I remember that.
Yep.
And then they got all pissed off and everything. So.
Yeah.
In 2022, Apple became the first U.S. company to be worth $3 trillion in value after tripling its price in under 4 years. That's because they overcharge for their crap. You know? Like, they should really officially change their motto. Apple does less, costs more. It's that simple. In 2022, Elizabeth Holmes, founder of blood testing startup Theranos, was found guilty on 4 counts of fraud in San Jose, California. Ugh, that ain't good.
What do you mean blood testing?
Blood testing startup. It's a company. It's like she was trying to do some startup company for blood testing for something, probably along the lines of like all this ancestry, genetic stuff. Mail in your saliva on a thing in a plastic bag and figure out, your genetics, if you're predisposed to things, all that jazz. What else do we got here? 2023. Nope, we're going to skip that. 2025, just last year, 17-year-old English darts prodigy Luke Littler becomes the youngest ever world champion when he beats 3-time title winner Michael Van Gerwen 7-3 in the PDC World Championship final in London. That's pretty cool.
Darts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what happened today, this ain't history, this is news. Actually, this should have been in the show earlier today. This really should have.
Yeah.
The United States conducted airstrikes across northern Venezuela, including the capital Caracas, and captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and First Lady Celia Flores. I told you, they grabbed his wife on their way out.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? We're going to take your woman, too.
Oh, I don't think it was by accident.
Oh, no, I know. But, like, it's hilarious.
She's got warrants or whatever it is from New York, too, for drug dealing.
Still pretty funny we snagged the president and his woman, So, anyway, that shall conclude the show for today. For your Dose of Past Events Daily, we stream, or at least try to get a show up, by 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, or at some point, every single day. For anything that you may be interested in, please check the underbar in the description below. For all of you and all of us, I'm Xander.
Golden Loon.
And UVRU, thank you very much for watching. And until you catch us again, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe.